Yeah, well, I want to have a bigger list. Said every list owner ever. Uh, but absolutely, like I've seen firsthand the impact of quality versus quantity one time when there was a new email software that was coming around the block, and they were like promising, and they signed up a client who actually was one of my original mentors who coached me into SoloAds and a few other email related things. He used to be like a serial entrepreneur in the offline world before the internet came along and started changing everything. He used to own a bunch of video stores that sold adult content with these uh, booths and everything. He used to own a cruise ship, or at least somehow affiliated with one. Like, he used to do a lot. And we're talking a guy living in a mansion, driving a Maserati. Like, he made it. But
Hmm.
he's got this knack to starting businesses and making them profitable quickly, and I've always looked up to him. And anytime I needed advice, I came to him. So anyway, when he discovered list building or online marketing in general, the first thing he did, he befriended Mike Filsaime. They're still best friends and business partners. He actually went on to partner up with Mike Filsaime to start Groove, which is a company that's rivaling, ClickFunnels and Infusionsoft and all the rest.
Hmm.
And back then, he was like really aggressively building his list. And he built a 340,000 person list in just a span of like 13 months or 16 months or something like that. Like, the guy was just insane. And he did it at a profit too,
Hmm. Wow.
which is, in my opinion, the most impressive thing you can do.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. So this guy, this email sender company, this email software company, lands this guy as a client, and he starts mailing. And this guy was mailing every day, sometimes twice a day, even back then. We're talking 10 years ago.
Hmm.
And the first thing that happens, he crashes the entire company. All of a sudden, my account doesn't work. I contact my friends, like, "Did this, are you able to mail?" It's like, "No, I can't even log in. Is the site up?" And etc. And then the owner comes out later that day. The owner sends out like an email or post somewhere, and says, "Look, we have this big client, and he mailed and he crashed everything. So we need to upgrade our data servers and infrastructure to be able to handle that sort of volume." And they actually, did, I think, ask him to go clean his list or something, or take out the dead weight, or to make it more mailable
Hmm.
within their infrastructure. So yeah, definitely there are challenges with having a bigger list, and it doesn't always mean you're going to make more money either, because oftentimes you'll see my name on the leaderboard for an affiliate promotion, and I'll be beating people with much larger lists. However, there are exceptions.
Hmm.
Sometimes you do come across list owners with like 300, 500,000 people who can really pull insane numbers. Like my buddy Mark Ling, for example, he's got a list of like over 300,000 people, and he can make 300 sales over $4,000 program just by mailing the list and doing like webinars or something.
Hmm.
Pretty insane. But to the same extent, by the way, it doesn't mean that he's bulletproof against a bad promotion, because I've seen him mail for something and walk away with like 8 sales from the same list size. So
Right.
yes, there is the way you need to communicate to the list. Yes, there is a few things we can say about the list quality. But I think another thing we need to mention, and I think this is something you're getting it really, really right with your communication, your business, is that whatever offer you're promoting, whether it's your own or other people's offers, it has to be a good match to the list.
Yeah.
In other words, you really need to know, or at least test, what your list is willing and wanting to buy, as far as price point, as far as a general angle of the promotion, as far as the solution they're looking for. Because like, I had a friend hit me up a couple of days ago, and he's like, "Hey, I'm launching this social media app, and I would really love your support," because he knows I'm a big mailer. And I said, "Look, bro, I'd love to support you, and please don't take it the wrong way. but I know that my list just doesn't buy social media related stuff.
Hmm.
It just doesn't buy. So there's really nothing like. I'm not even gonna try because I've mailed social media stuff so often, like often enough. Let's put it this way, to know that anytime I do, I bomb. I just don't produce anything at all, and I really not want to kind of quote unquote waste a promo on something that I don't think will convert.
Right.
So know thy list, right,
Yes.
is
Yes.
definitely a commandment you should keep in mind.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Yo, it's Igor. I want you to have my Amazon bestselling book for free for taking the time to listen to my podcast and to watch my YouTube videos. Now, I'm not only going to give you this book for free, but I'm going to throw in about $3.2 thousand in free bonuses. Now, if you want to get this book, please click the link in the description, or you can also go to igorsbook.com. And now, back to the podcast.
You want to come at this from the perspective of, whenever we send people an offer, like we want to connect whatever that product or service is with people who it's going to help, who are going to benefit from it. And just like in wanting to deliver that value to the right person at the right time, like we get value back by getting paid for it. And what you just described, I mean, that's kind of how I torched that list years ago. I was just trying to extract money from it. And I put together basically a string of offers that were just completely unrelated to why those people were on the list in the first place. It was completely incongruent. Like, not just my unsubscribes spiked, but my spam complaints spiked because it was borderline spam. Like it was completely irrelevant to those people. I was just trying to make a buck. And that taught me, like, you can make a lot of money with an email list, but you have to do it the right way. You have to understand who these people are that have found you and what they're looking for, and then give them that. I mean, it's that simple, but just like a really bad, I don't know. And so what you just described kind of with the social media offers, I think this is where people can get in trouble when they're focusing on list growth and list size and not necessarily really thinking through matching up the offer to the audience. When we start putting the wrong offer in front of people, then that's when they disappear. That's when they unsubscribe, they quit opening, because we're no longer relevant to them. So like that, I think, is the thing that especially new list builders, like, you've got to watch out for that. So, I mean, go ahead and buy traffic if you want to build quickly, but you have to quickly dial in that communication piece in understanding who they are, like what they're looking for on your list, and then delivering that to them consistently.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think it's almost a sin at this point. There's like, they used to say that when you're writing copy, that to be boring is a sin, which I think it is. But I think that requires a little bit of clarity, because what I used to think as far as being boring means is when your copy is not like is when your word choice is not exciting. Like when you're writing poorly
Mm-hmm.
on the on a low level or something, like where you're not choosing the right words, or you don't have your thesaurus next to you. But what I'm coming to realize is that being boring, first and foremost, means you're not relevant.
Yes.
Being boring means you're talking about things they don't care about. Like if I get an email about the next NFL showdown, if there's an email in my inbox about the next Super Bowl, right? I really could care less. It's just not my thing. I don't watch NFL, and I don't connect with the game. The closest I come to NFL is watching movies about the NFL, because movies are exciting. They always make them so emotional, and there's a hero. There's the final touchdown pass, and the guy catches it with the pinky like that, and so that's very fun. And same with baseball, by the way. I used to love watching Major Leagues or Major League or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was a movie with Wesley Snipes and Tom. Tom. He was in the substitute teacher. Tom's. I don't remember. Never mind. Never. So it's just, it was a fun baseball movie, very cool. But I will not go to a baseball game. Not my thing. Like
Right.
I don't drink beer, and I have a much better way to spend 3 hours of my life than that. However, if I get an email about the next Premier League, matchup, or if there's going to be a Champions League final, or there's a jersey on sale, or something, you got my attention, and that literally gets me excited.
Mhm.
Like if I'm like browsing my inbox, feeling bored or procrastinating about something I should be doing right now, or just had a fight with my wife and I need an escape, then I'll look at that and I'll be like, "Oh, exciting!" I'll be clicking into that and checking it out, even if only for a brief second. And that's what, not being boring is all about. It's being super relevant to the desires and the dream outcomes and the frustrations that your customer has. So I think that's a really, really important key point to extracting maximum money from your list, is you do need to have some empathy with your
Mhm.
audience. You need to have at least some understanding of what they're looking for and why. And definitely worth spending some time in trying to understand that by either running different tests or talking to people. I spent a lot of time, without even knowing that was a good thing. I spent a lot of time talking to people on the phone, my dream customers, people who you would consider to be perfect fit for what I always promoted. And I got so many conversations that I've had that were pretty much went the same, right? So
Mhm.
before they could voice their frustrations, concerns, and dreams, I could tell them what their frustrations, concerns, and dreams were. I could echo their thoughts better than they could do that. And I think it had a tremendous influence on my income as a
Mhm.
result, because I can just communicate that, which is again something that every great list owner who mails the list and is able to make money consistently usually does really well.
100%. And I just want to reiterate that um, if people are willing to really have conversations with their customers, like on the phone, like you did, um, if you let them tell you what their pain points are, um, why current solutions haven't worked for them, what their dream outcome is, they're basically giving you the perfect copy to, to convert them, right? And so when you have a bunch of that data, you can just reflect that back in your copy, um, as you structure your offers, and it's always perfect because it's what's already in their head. Like you said, you're mirroring what's in their head they even can um, before they can even acknowledge that it's there. So that is super smart marketing. And if anybody is not doing that, they should.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Cool. So thank you for spending some time with me here and helping our audience understand what it really takes to make money with your list. If somebody wanted to check you out, get on your list, and see how you do it,
Mhm.
where can they go?
They can just go to emailmagic.com and sign up for my free email list. I have no front end offer, they're all in the back end.
Damn it, no front end offer. Do you plan on having one anytime soon?
Yeah, I'm going to probably change things up a little bit this coming year, build a more conventional structure, turn on traffic, have a front end. But right now, people can come into my world and just see what I'm about without any expectation.
So refreshing. Like you can actually sign up to a list and not get pitched, at least for the first 7 days. That's amazing. Again, goes against everything that I've been teaching in the last decade or so, but it just proves that there's more than one way to skin the cat. So guys, if you want to check out Greg, go to emailmagic.com. Great domain, by the way. Get on his list, see how he's communicating with you and what he's doing. I think he's doing a great job. Also, if I'm correct, Greg also offers list management services. So if you already have a list, I would assume at least 5 to 10,000 people, you can also talk to Greg about him actually mailing your list for you, so you can have better delivery rates, more sales, and have a lot more free time, because managing your list can be a time consuming thing depending on how you do it. So again, the link is emailmagick.com. The name is Greg Johnson. So Greg, thank you so much for being here today. I've had a tremendous time interviewing you. Thanks for dispensing the wisdom, and until next time we chat, have a good one.